Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
Culture shock from living in Germany. So this is going to take place in Munich and Cologne. Let's see.
Here the people only meet to walk. It's a walk. I can see my neighbor watching through the window if I'm gonna put the trash into the right container.
They come at 6:15.
15.
Oh,
Late.
they put the screen for me so I can see the captions
Lift it up?
better.
Okay.
Yes, I need to see what it's saying.
You need to see the teeth.
I
Oh,
need to
it's
see
loud.
the teeth.
It's loud.
I love how open the people are.
Well, this
What
is
is one
that.
stereotype?
This is that culture dating beyond borders. We react to them in Chile. So it's the same. They're just doing it in Germany. Okay.
About Germans that you think is true.
Oh.
Most Germans always like to be on time.
They need to plan everything and they like to have it in order and clean.
Do you like to plan everything?
No! I hate it. I hate
The
it.
German humor.
I don't know. So we're probably always on time. Or we want to be on time.
We are very punctual.
There
I
you
think
go.
also that we're
That's my kind of people. On time. You get that? On time.
Yeah, not me.
tolerant with punctuality.
Free
So if
spirit.
you arrive a little bit late, it's not that big of a deal. But if you don't like text or let us know that you're going to be running late, that's when we get a little bit annoyed. We make a plan and
You get annoyed if you get a text that you got.
No, if you don't get
Oh,
it.
if you don't. Okay.
they come at 6:15.
15.
Yes.
Oh. Late. Yeah, it's totally too late.
What if I wrote you and said I will be 15 minutes late?
Oh, okay. That's okay. That's
The
okay.
biggest problem
Aw.
with Germany, planning. I hate planning. I don't plan anything.
So it must be hard for you to live here then.
Yeah, that's why I leave from time to time. Last winter I spent 6 months in Mexico, which was more feeling real.
How far ahead do you usually have to schedule if you have to see somebody?
I guess 1 week. If you want to go to the park, a friend's gonna look in their calendar because all the Germans have calendars. I am used to it right now. Like I have Google Agenda, I have calendar.
Wow, that's interesting. Up to this point, I felt like, oh, I must be German, but not with the calendar thing. I don't.
Why
No,
you
but I
saying-
like planning. No, like
in your head, you put it in your calendar.
right, but I don't have like a physical calendar.
But do you think that someone needs to book you like 1 week in advance?
No, only I get maybe yeah. I think maybe a week is good. Maybe even longer.
Calendar,
You're
cell
right,
phone
yeah.
calendar, and I put everything there, and then I say, okay, this day I can meet with a friend, and this other day we can grab a coffee. I try to keep spontaneous, but if I don't do it, I cannot see anybody.
I'm visiting my friend here now in Munich, and if I meet with friends in the Netherlands, we just see whatever happens, and he prepared all the food, and we looked into activities which we can do, and that's like a more German approach to it.
Everything is planned.
I'm really organized, not all people. So no, I know some messy people as well. Ich bin nicht organisiert. Okay. I understood that.
We love when people come on time because for me it's unrespectful when you're not in time.
Everything
Exactly.
is super organized. Most of the time you can depend on the system that it works. Maybe with some exceptions like Deutsche Bahn. But some of the things which I find a little bit troubling is sticking too much to the rules. And like everyone feels entitled to correct you and tell you what's the right thing to do. They might even like feel
Yeah, you do that. Like everything has to be right. There's no deviation. It has to be exactly, and that can be like insane because
I
the
think-
deviation could be so negligible that it's not necessary to correct it. But it's such an ugh.
I think I'm gonna take off that Lithuanian flag and put German flag on,
Yeah, I
on
think
the,
you're
on the
German.
thumbnails.
No, you need to.
feel the need
adjust.
to call the cops on you just for the slightest thing you can do. You didn't separate your trash correctly.
Okay,
or-
no, that's extra.
You would do that.
About the trash,
Mm-hmm.
I think I might too. Yeah.
were maybe loud on a Sunday. It's as fragile as like they would complain about the way you walk in your apartment. So you should be wearing house shoe, otherwise you're too loud.
I lived here for like more than 3 years, and every
Look,
She's Lithuanian.
Okay.
time when I bring the trash to the container, I can see my neighbor is watching through the window if I'm gonna put the trash into the right container. And if I did a mistake even once, she's gonna take that trash, bring to my door, and leave it a note. And I mean, you can basically live like being a perfect neighbor for 5 years, but if once in a blue moon you do a mistake, I don't know, being drunk, having bad day, whatever, they're gonna notice and they're gonna tell you this.
One thing that I
No, I'm not that strict. Come on, no, but I'm definitely more German than you in that. In the Like
I don't know how you pick me. I'm completely lost.
It's been the hardest is the treatment that you get from people. I have never been treated as poorly as I have from people that you pay services to, the people that are supposed to be working for you. Random people on the street, you know, Germans are more often than not in a bad mood.
They are very, very straightforward. They don't like sugarcoat anything, and for such a sensitive person as I am, it's pretty difficult to live here, I can tell. They can tell you that your project is shit, that it's not interesting. I have received some questions like, why are you wearing like that? Looks strange. Why did you cut your hair like that? Looks weird. Or, it looks interesting, which doesn't sound like a compliment.
Maybe one of the cultural shocks that I've had.
I say interesting a lot, but
You don't like it.
no, it's not that. I don't think it. When I say it's interesting, it's not that. I don't like it. It's just like interesting. Like it's different. Like okay, interesting. Like it's not good nor bad. It's like it's just interesting. Like I'm not saying it looks good. I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm just it's interesting.
Neutral?
It's not so neutral. Is like like whatever's. It is interesting because it's unique. Like in that
Is it
sense.
good or bad?
Neither. It's just unique. It's different. That's what it means.
Is how comfortable German people are with nudity in a gym, for example, where everyone is just like changing in front of everyone, and also the showers are like almost never separated. It's always like one big shower.
Greece, culture is open, we are very talkative, but we are also a little bit more conservative. Nudity, for example, is not a big deal in Germany, it's a big deal in Greece. But hospitality is more easy in Greece than in Germany, so it's kind of switched, Here, you don't mind what the other person does. There is no much criticism, judgment, you do you, but they wouldn't go out of their way to personally cater for something that they will see you need,
One stereotype is that the German people are not friendly, but I don't think that.
Maybe a bit cold at the beginning, like not easy to be friendly with.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's what we say. I mean, that Germans are a bit more, maybe harder to break
Acquired taste, basically.
the shell, but then once you get in, I think it's, you have long-term.
Every other video on my phone.
Very interesting video. Honestly, not at all what I was expecting going in.
What did you expect?
Friendships.
Because I feel like when we did Chile, it was kind of like mild. It wasn't really like nothing. This is like, they're going in.
Yeah.
Like they're going in on the Germans.
Chance. This was their moment to share their
going
grievances.
in. Yeah, like they're very interesting.
It seems quite personal.
Yeah.
You're Bolivian German.
Yes, I am German Bolivian.
German Bolivian. Which side of...
What's the difference?
What's the difference?
Guys, what's the difference? German, I guess one has to be father, one is mother? Which go first? I don't know.
Do you think is more Latin American?
No. One is where your parents are from and the other is where you're born in. Like you're Haitian American. You're not American Haitian. So first goes your descent and second is where you're born in. So German Bolivian would be she's of German descent but she's born in Bolivia.
And which side of you is more German?
German, I think I noticed that with my son, the way I raise him, I don't cut him a lot of slack, as Latinos were just extremely warm, and I miss that. So I would go to kindergarten and like see my son, and I would get down on my knees and hug him and kiss him, and the other kids would come and want the same affection from me, which I would naturally, obviously give. And then I was called up by the teacher saying that I cannot do that.
What I see here, that maybe people start talking to each other a bit easier. Because, for example, yesterday we have a lot of chit-chatting with a lot of different people in the S-Bahn and stuff like that. It's less like that in the Netherlands. I think maybe because the Netherlands is a bit more digitalized, that people are not used to talking to strangers that much anymore. For example, on the terrace you often have to order with a QR code and stuff like that. Maybe that's like a small difference as well.
Making friendships is kind of...
Honestly, I wouldn't mind that ordering with a QR code. Ain't no way they mishear you or nothing like that. You get exactly what you want.
Hard because they are...
Well, yeah, they have to bring the food.
What if a robot brought you the food?
What are you tipping? The robot?
Yes.
The robot don't need no money. All change. I don't know.
A little bit close, but as soon as you like get used to it, they get used to you. They are really, really reliable friends. They are really open to take you as part of the community as long as you learn. You can speak a little bit of the language and you're open to be integrated. In Brazil, we have this too much positive. For example, if you're at a party and they say, "Oh, let's book a trip for next week," but then you don't see each other never again.
And in Germany, I guess the friendships last. I don't think that the Spanish people going too much outside.
Yeah, let's do something next week and you don't see that happens a lot.
To do a sport or something like this, here is that. Our culture in Spain is eating and drink. Here no, here the people only meet to walk. With aim, walk. In Spain the aim is eat or drink.
I think Germans are the best engineers.
Are you an engineer?
Yes, so we two study together engineering. It's a recommended topic, so a lot of Germans study engineering and they are pretty good in it. Socks with, I don't know the English term for sandals, a very German style, yeah.
Is it still the very German style, or is that more like your
It's more like the older generation. It's coming back to the younger generations. But only the weird people do it, I would say.
And what is one stereotype you don't agree with when it comes to...
It's this basketball thing. It's basketball players wear the sandals with socks. Because when you go play, you're wearing socks.
The Germans.
Let's say all Nazis.
So not all, just some.
No, not anymore. It's the opposite is the case. I think there's no country where you can live better as a foreigner than Germany.
Why is that?
Really?
Because of the past. Whenever there's a conflict with somebody from another country, people are very careful. That's the problem we have right now with refugees. That some refugees taking advantage of this fact and do one thing after the other. The Germans won't complain anything. That's one problem. And there is one other problem. This gives power to the right people again. So we are in a tricky situation.
Every German has
the right. I think he means like the conservatives, because it was capitalized, not like the.
I thought it meant like the right thing.
No, I don't think that's what he meant. I think he meant the conservative, like the right wing politics, like the right politician. I think that's what he meant. But guys, clarify if I'm wrong, because it was capitalized. That's what I'm saying.
an eye on when he spends money, and he's very focused on not spending so much and wants to get his money back as soon as possible. I think the Germans are more chilled in this topic than a lot of people think.
That Germans don't understand humor. I think we have a very particular kind of humor that maybe not everybody understands, but I think Germans can be really funny when you get to know them. Obviously, they need some time for warming up. What's different about German humor? I think it's very dry humor, maybe not in situations where you would expect it. What do you think that Germans don't have a sense of humor? Not the same as us, I guess.
My sense of humor is very good, so I have it.
No.
So.
Wow.
I think we have to be funny, maybe in a different kind of way. Maybe sometimes we need to warm up with people.
Oh, I have the opinion that we have a good humor, but I think many people from other countries think that we don't have this nice humor. I don't know.
What is something that you really like about living in Germany?
It's the freedom that I feel living far away from home. I come from a very closed culture. You always feel like you're under a magnifying glass, right? Anything that you do.
How has Germany changed you as a person?
I am a really chaotic person, and especially like I grew up in a culture we're not encouraged to make so much plans. But here it changed me that I'm happy with planning, and I'm happy with knowing that the next weekend I have something to do and I planned it, and to be on time. This is something that changed a lot in my life.
I think it made me maybe a little bit more structured, more straightforward. If I want something or if I expect something, I just communicate it directly. Yeah, I think this is very German, because usually, like, even me before, I used to like double check on people, like, yeah, are we still okay for tomorrow? Like, are we still doing this? But this is something that you wouldn't do.
Oh yeah,
agree.
Here you definitely have to double check. Yeah.
On doing something, you don't have to agree twice.
Oh, yeah,
Very interesting video, and honestly I'm happy that we finally see someone more like me, because I feel like every country we react to, oh, everybody's like so chill, so I'm like, finally I found my people. Cool, very nice.
Do you think I found my people?
Well, yeah, like Brazil, we react to, it's definitely way more like you than like me. But this is okay, finally.
Guys, okay, let us know your thoughts. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord, and as always, share as much kindness as possible.